Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are all having an excellent day. I am here with a Sun Belt Contenders video. I have 4 contenders for the Sun Belt. I think it's going to be a fun league again. Competitive games, a lot of good teams, a lot of solid teams. But I have 4 teams that I think can actually take the title. But before we get into that, I would like to bring up one thing while I was doing my research. University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. God, I just want them to be good because of that name. God, Warhawks? Hell yeah. Oh, I'm a Warhawk man. Anyways, last year they went 0-11. They were awful, but they got a brand new head coach, Terry Bowden. Obviously the son of late Bobby Bowden. Hopefully, he might channel his inner dad and just kick some ass. He is a solid head coach, so he's 82-69 for his career. He's spent the last 5 years at Akron, making them decent. It's probably hard to get some recruits to Akron, so he's transferred over to Monroe, and hopefully he can kick some ass there. He got OC Rich Rodriguez, which I was like, what? Yeah, Rich Rodriguez? Cool. So he's the offensive coordinator. He has some fun offense. He's got that dual threat quarterback. He did bring his son in to compete for the starting job, so that should be cool. For the 5-0 linemen are back, and they got a lot of transfers coming in, so I'm really intrigued to watch this team. I'm not saying they're going to win the Sun Belt or anything like that, but, they were 0-11. Hopefully they'll be competitive this year and then, in the years to come with Terry Bowden and Rich Rod there. So it's pretty cool. All right, so let's get into the 4 contenders that I think can win the Sun Belt. First contender is Georgia State. They were 6-4 last year, averaged 33 points a game with 424 yards per game. Pretty solid offense. QB is back. Their QB's back. He's 6'5", 200-pound playmaker. So that should be good. And the crazy thing is they got their top 10 receivers from last year are all coming back. So I think their offense is going to be completely fine. It was their defense that was the problem. Their defense gave up 32 points a game with 400 yards of total offense, 275 of that through the air. So, yeah, this defense needed some work. They were very boom and bust because they did lead the Sun Belt in sacks and tackles for loss. But, yeah, they gave up all those yards. So, that's, They did play Louisiana and App State really tough, though. They could have won both of those games. So, that's why I'm putting them as contenders for this year. So, yeah, Georgia State, number 1 contender. Number 2 contender is Appalachian State. Appalachian State went 9-3 last year. Yes, 9-3 last year. Averaged 32 points a game, 445 yards of offense, with 253 of that on the ground. So this team likes to run the ball. Their defense was solid too. Only averaged gave up 20 points a game with only giving up 332 yards a game. That's freaking crazy. They did lose their 3-year starter at quarterback, but they got a Clemson transfer coming in to compete. So, it's from Clemson. He's got to be good, right? He probably saw DJ getting that starting job, playing a little bit last year. He's like, I got to get the hell out of here. I ain't going to play. That's funny. App State does have their top 3 receivers coming back. 2 of them are super seniors. So that Clemson quarterback's got plenty of options to throw to. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen are coming back too. And I already said they averaged 253 yards rushing, so probably going to be just running the ball again. And then they're bringing back a ton on defense. So, yeah, App State definitely a contender. App State, Georgia State, 2 contenders for the Sun Belt. Number 3 team that is a contender is the University of Louisiana. Now, they went 10-1 last year. It's pretty good, right? Averaging 34 points a game, 422 yards of offense per game, 214 of that on the ground. And all 5 starters are coming back on the offensive linemen. So, woo! They're going to be running that ball, kicking some people's asses. And their offensive line also only gave up 3% of sacks on dropbacks. So, that's pretty freaking good. I like that. Their defense is solid, too. Only giving up 22 points a game, 350 yards a game, +1 on takeaways. Defense is pretty good. They have a super senior quarterback, Levi Lewis, deep He's going to be dual threat kind of guy. They also got a transfer from Maryland in to compete, so we'll see how that goes. I think Levi will get the job, though. I mean, they went 10-1 last year, so he didn't do horrible. Their top 2 receivers are coming back, and they avoid Coastal Carolina, so that's good. They won't have to face them till the title game if they make it. And then that brings me to the last contender, and it is Coastal Carolina, my darling from last year. They were awesome. Kind of came out of nowhere. They played Kansas in week 1, and I bet Kansas, obviously, because I'm like, they're going to be Coastal. And Coastal won. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this team? And then ever since then, I was following them, and they were just fucking balling out. 11-1 last year, only losing the bowl game to Liberty, who Liberty was really good too. But yeah, 11-1, 8-3 against the spread. So, really good team. They averaged 37 points a game with 484 yards per game. Oh my God, that's crazy. They were super balanced, 220 rushing yards, 228 passing yards. Woo! So yeah, their defense was solid. Or their offense. Their defense is even better, though. They only averaged 20 points a game, 350 yards, giving up 350 yards. Top 10 in penalties committed. Like the good top 10, so that they don't commit a lot of penalties is what I'm trying to say. And everybody's coming back except for 2 guys. Those 2 dudes were studs, though. Running back Marable and lineman Jackson. So, but everyone else is coming back. Freshman quarterback, punter, kicker, receivers, everybody else is coming back. I mean, this team should be excellent. Speaking of that freshman quarterback, McCall is going to be a sophomore now. He was a fucking baller last year. I love that guy. So hopefully he comes in, improves a lot, and just takes this offense, by the horns and just fucking kills it this year. I'm really looking forward to watching McCall and Coastal. Their defense, like I said, they should be solid. They got 2 super senior linebackers coming back. So those are like the captains of the squad. But yeah, the defense is going to be good. And so yeah, this is definitely a contender. Hopefully they could, win, because I like them. But they got Louisiana in their way, Georgia State in their way, and App State in their way. So it's going to be a tough road, but it's going to be fun. Let's go Sunbelt.